And her support for Tibet has been absolutely fabulous for longer than I can remember. Please give a great welcome to Joanna.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you, Tibetan people, people of London, lovers of freedom. I'm going to read you a statement by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, just to remind us what has been going on in Tibet over the past years. His Holiness writes, "Since the Chinese government has accused me of orchestrating these protests in Tibet, I call for a thorough investigation by a respected body which should include Chinese representatives to look into these allegations. Such a body would need to visit Tibet, the traditional Tibetan areas outside the Tibet Autonomous Region, and also the central Tibetan administration here in India, in order for the international community, and especially the more than 1 billion Chinese people who do not have access to uncensored information, to find out what really is going on in Tibet. It would be tremendously helpful if representatives of the international media also undertook such investigations. We have today here such representatives, so media will be looking to you. Whether it was intended or not," writes His Holiness, "I believe that a form of cultural genocide has taken place in Tibet, where the Tibetan identity has been under constant attack. Tibetans have been reduced to an insignificant minority in their own land as a result of the huge transfer of non-Tibetans into Tibet. The distinctive Tibetan culture and heritage, with its characteristic language, customs and traditions, is fading away. Instead of working to unify its nationalities, the Chinese government discriminates against these minority nationalities, the Tibetans among them." Now, that's not the complete statement, but I just want to say one quick thing. Today, the Olympic torch is travelling through London, through the auspicious snows, the snows of Tibet. And today we can remind ourselves that the Olympic torch throws its light in all directions. It has shone its lamp today on the darkest recesses of the Chinese authorities' repressions of those minority peoples, and particularly the Tibetans. That's right. We ask everybody here to write to their MPs, to make representation that this Olympic torch, with all that that means, friendliness, cooperation, freedom for people, celebration of great happiness, is not allowed to parade its horror through Tibet. We must stop that happening, to humiliate the Tibetans even further by crowing as this dreadful torch passes through them. The torch itself is not dreadful. The torch itself is simply a torch. Luckily today we've got an alternative torch. So what we must say to China is, China, the world is watching you, and your own torch has lit you up. Open your doors to foreign people. Open your doors to your own people, and free Tibet!